in the heart of modern Thailand, beneath the glittering temples of Bangkok, under the rice paddies of the Central Plains. A civilization that flourished for half a millennium before the Thai people even arrived in the region. A sophisticated Buddhist culture that built cities, carved exquisite art, and created a written language that would influence all of mainland Southeast Asia.
They were the Mon people, and their kingdom was called Dvaravati.
If you ask most people about ancient Thailand, they'll mention Ayutthaya, perhaps Sukhothai. The informed might reference the Khmer influence from Angkor.
But almost no one knows about Dvaravati, the civilization that was there first, that laid the cultural and religious foundation.
Tonight, we investigate one of Southeast Asia's most overlooked civilizations, a kingdom so thoroughly eclipsed by its success.
This is the story of Dvaravati, and the question that haunts every historian who studies it. Let's begin with a fundamental problem. Unlike most ancient kingdoms, Dvaravati left no comprehensive chronicles, no king lists carved in stone.
For centuries, the very existence of Dvaravati was uncertain, known only from a handful of references in Chinese and Khmer inscriptions. The breakthrough came in 1964, when archaeologists excavating at Nakhon Pathom, just west of Bangkok. Other coins followed, found at sites across central Thailand. Suddenly, the shadowy...
But that discovery, rather than solving the mystery, opened a Pandora's box of questions. What exactly was...
And who were the people who built it?
Was this Pings Disponis Plings?
Emperors. The answer begins with the Mon, an Austroasiatic-speaking people who today survive as a minority population in Miti.
But in the first millennium of the Common Era, the Mon were one of the dominant peoples of mainland Southeast Asia.
They were the ones who first brought Theravada Buddhism to the region, who adapted Indian scripts to write Southeast Asia. The Mon were the original civilizers of the central Thai plains, and Dvaravati was their greatest achievement. The kingdom emerged sometime between the 6th and 7th centuries CE, though its exact origins remain obscure.
What we know is that by the 7th century, Chinese sources mention a kingdom called Tuolobodi.
The name itself is Sanskrit, meaning the place of gates, or that which has gates. Unlike Funan to the south or the Khmer kingdoms to the east, Dvaravati from its beginning was thoroughly Buddhist.
This Buddhist orientation was not coincidental. The Mon appear to have...
Why the Mon adopted Theravada, while neighboring peoples embraced different Buddhist traditions? Or in the case...
But the consequences were profound. Dvaravati became the transmission point, the node through which Theravada...
When the Burmese adopted Buddhism, they received it through Mon intermediaries. When the Thai converted, they learned from Mon monks using Mon texts.
Dvaravati's religious legacy would outlast its political existence by centuries.
Archaeological evidence reveals that Dvaravati was not a single centralized kingdom, but rather a network of city-states.
The major centers included Nakhon Pathom, Utong,
The labor required to construct these fortifications was enormous, suggesting large populations and centralized authority.
The cities were laid out according to cosmological principles, with the religious center, typically a large city.
These weren't just defensive structures. They were statements about cosmic order, physical manifestation.
The Mon were building mandalas in earth and brick, cities that were simultaneously political capitals and religious maps.
What makes Dvaravati truly fascinating is its art. The sculptural tradition that emerged from Mon. While Khmer art tends toward the hieratic and formal, and later Thai art toward the stylized and decorative,
The Buddha images from Dvaravati show the influence of Indian Gupta period art, but transformed, localized, given distinctly Mon characteristics.
The most iconic Dvaravati artistic form
is the stucco decoration that covered the brick stupas and monasteries.
These stucco panels depicted scenes from the Buddha's life, Jataka tales about his previous incarnations.
The craftsmanship is extraordinary, delicate, detailed, full of life and movement. Figures dance, gesture, interact with one another.
There's a narrative quality to Dvaravati art, a sense that these aren't just static religious images, but stories being told in 3 dimensions.
Unfortunately, stucco is fragile. Exposed to centuries of monsoon rains and tropical vegetation, the
wheel motif is central to Dvaravati iconography, and this is significant. The Dharma chakra, the wheel of the law.
It's not just a symbol, it's a statement of identity. The Mon of Roche to be declaring themselves.
This wasn't merely a religious identity, it was a political claim. The Dvaravati rulers were positioning
Burmese, Thai, Lao, Khmer all show clear derivation from Mon script models.
When the Thai people began writing their language in the 3rd, 10th century, they adapted the Khmer script, which itself was adapted from Mon.
The Mon gave mainland Southeast Asia the tools to record their own languages, to create literature, to preserve knowledge across generations. But here's where our investigation encounters a profound mystery. Despite their achievements, despite their...
Unlike the Khmer, who carved lengthy Sanskrit and Khmer inscriptions describing royal genealogies, temple foundations.
This silence is deeply frustrating. We can see what the Mon built. We can admire their art.
We don't know the names of most Dvaravati kings. We don't know how succession worked, how disputes were resolved.
Were they truly independent polities that happened to share a common culture? Or was there some overarching political structure that coordinated them? We simply don't know.
What we do know is that by the 9th and 10th centuries, Dvaravati was under increasing pressure.
The Khmer, in particular, seem to have viewed the wealth city-states of central Thailand.
Lopburi, one of the major Dvaravati centers, became a Khmer provincial capital, its temples rebuilt in Simple.
But the most significant pressure came from an entirely unexpected direction. From the north,
The Thai, ancestors of the modern Thai, Lao, and Shan peoples, were moving into southward.
From Kaninghatis. It was a gradual infiltration, a slow demographic shift that took place over 2 or 3 centuries.
By the 13th century, the demographic balance had shifted decisively. The Thai had taken the new...
And crucially, these Thai kingdoms adopted Mon Civilization wholesale. They took Mon script and adapted it to write their own language.
They took Mon artistic traditions and built upon them. They took Mon political concepts and incorporated them into their own systems of governance.
In a very real sense, the Thai didn't conquer Mon civilization. As Thai language and identity became dominant, Mon language declined. Mon cities were renamed with Thai.
Within a few generations, the Mon origins of Central Thai civilization were being forgotten. The cities...
This process of cultural absorption and historical erasure is one of the most fascinating and troubling aspects of Dvaravati's story.
Mon communities persisted in Myanmar and parts of Thailand. But their historical role, their achievements,
European scholars and archaeologists in the 19th and early 20th centuries compounded this erasure. When they encountered ancient ruins and
the idea that there had been a distinct non-Khmer, non-Thai civilization in central Thailand simply didn't occur to most researchers.
It wasn't until systematic archaeological work in the mid-20th century that the true extent and significance of Dvaravati became clear.
The site of Nakhon Pathom provides the most visible evidence of Dvaravati's achievements. The Phra Pathom
This was one of the great religious centers of early Southeast Asian Buddhism, a pilgrimage site that attracted monks and devotees from across the region.
The modern city has engulfed the ancient one. The old earthen ramparts have been leveled or built over. The ancient canals have been filled in.
Only the great stupa remains, and even that has been so thoroughly rebuilt that its original form is almost invisible.
Other Dvaravati sites are even less visible. Uthong, Sri Tep, Kubua.
There are small site museums displaying Dvaravati period artifacts, but they attract few visitors.
The tourism industry that has grown around Ayutthaya, Sukhothai, and other later Thai sites has largely bypassed the Dvaravati ruins.
Perhaps this is because there are no spectacular standing structures, no Angkor Wat or Borobudur equivalents.
What remains is subtle, requiring knowledge to appreciate, patience to understand.
But the cultural legacy is everywhere if you know how to read it. Every time you see a Thai Buddhist monk in his orange...
Every time you read Thai script, you're seeing characters that evolved from Mon letters.
Every time you visit a Thai temple and see a stupa, you're looking at an architectural form that the Mon pioneered in Southeast Asia.
The Emerald Buddha, Thailand's most sacred religious image, spent centuries in Lampang and Chiang Mai.
The religious calendar, the monastic discipline, the chanting traditions all show Mon influence.
Even some of the most celebrated achievements of later Thai kingdoms have Dvaravati roots. The famous Buddha images of
The Sukhothai sculptors weren't creating ex nihilo. They were working within an artistic tradition that the Mon had established centuries earlier.
The hydraulic engineering that made the central Thai plains so productive, the canals.
There's a painful irony in how completely Dvaravati has been forgotten in the land it civilized. Yuli. In Myanmar, the Mon retain a stronger historical consciousness. They remember their kingdoms, Thaton.
But in Thailand, Mon historical memory has almost entirely evaporated. Most Thai people had their
attention. This isn't deliberate suppression, not in the modern era at least. It's simply that the historical narrative.
Recent decades have seen some efforts to correct this oversight. Thai archaeologists and historians are paying more attention to.
New excavations are revealing more about Mon cities, their extent, their sophistication, their
Museum exhibitions are beginning to give Dvaravati proper recognition, but it's an uphill battle against centuries of historiography.
The Mon people themselves, the descendants of those who built Dvaravati, remain a minority in both Thailand.
In Thailand, most Mon have assimilated into Thai society, though some communities in border areas maintain distinct Mon identity. The language survives, but it's under threat, spoken by perhaps 800,000 people in a region where tens of millions speak Burmese or Thai.
Yet there's something almost poetic about Dvaravati's invisibility. Buddhism, the religion that the Mon did so much to spread, teaches impermanence.
The Mon built cities, carved beautiful art, created writing systems, established religious institutions.
We mourn the history stolen from us, yes, but the spirit remains, woven into the fabric of time itself.
But from a historical perspective, it's a loss. Every civilization has unique perspectives, unique solutions to universal human problems.
When we forget Dvaravati, we lose the Mon perspective on how to organize society, how to blend indigenous and imported traditions. We lose specific knowledge, engineering techniques, artistic methods, organizational strategies that might. The investigation of Dvaravati continues. New technologies, ground-penetrating radar, satellite imagery.
Each excavation season brings new discoveries, new artifacts, new insights into how Mon civilization functioned.
Slowly, painstakingly, archaeologists and historians are reconstructing the world that the Mon built.
What we're learning challenges simplistic narratives about Thai history and identity.
Thailand is not, and never was, ethnically or culturally homogeneous. The Thai identity that exists
As we close this investigation, we're left with a civilization that simultaneously succeeded and vanished.
Dvaravati achieved its goals, spreading Buddhism, creating literate culture, building urban civilization in mainland South in Kong.
The Thai who came after didn't need to destroy Mon Civilization. They simply became its inheritors. The Mon preceded the Thai, civilized the land the Thai would claim, gave the Thai the tools of...
But the towers are still there, buried under rice paddies.
The stupas still rise, encased in later reconstructions.
The Buddha images still gaze serenely from museum cases, their Mon features softened by time but still distinct to trained eyes.
The script still shapes the letters that Thais use every day to write their language.
The Dharma, the teaching that the Mon worked so hard to spread, still guides the lives of millions of Southeast Asians.
Dvaravati is invisible, but everywhere. Forgotten, but foundational. Gone, but not lost.
And every time archaeologists sink a test trench into the Thai soil and find Mon potsherds, Mon coins.
The mystery of Dvaravati endures not in what happened to it, but in why we forgot it existed.
Look at the intricate details on the stucco work.
It's amazing how well it has been reconstructed.
Reticence here refers to the deliberate withholding of information. The Mon culture, as shown in this
the smooth modeling and drapery clearly show the Gupta influence.
Yes, and the Mon transformation is evident in this.
From this Mon nucleus, we see the Theravada school expanding. The arrows indicate the path of this transmission across Southeast Asia.
The psychological aspect of forgetting foundational history is profound. It's not just the facts that are erased, but the collective identity.
In conclusion, while conquest is swift and brutal, absorption is a slow erasure.